Hello everybody, September 5th, 2022. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin here. First, we need to look at what I said Friday. I think that was Friday, yep. We're still stuck in this 19.5 to 20.5 range, honestly, at this point in time. We've been dealing with jellyfish structure, as I call it. There's no bones. There's no, nothing saying that we're going up or down, honestly. So you really just cannot trust jellyfish action. You need to take a step back, look at the larger time frames, and decide what your plan is based on those, and knowing that there are, multiple possibilities. So anyway, I laid out my strategy, my plan here. I was already in 80% cash, and I'd added shorts at that point, which covered more than the remaining 20%. So I am net short still, waiting for this to break down, potentially. If it does break down, I'm going to add some buys in the 18K area. We'll see if it holds there. If it does and it proves the bottom, that's great. Then I get out of shorts, I put all my money back in. Otherwise, if we get down into more like the 16K area, I start getting nervous about the structure, the bullish structure in the larger sense. And I likely look to get out of buys at break even at around 18. So if it breaks down to 16, we should see it bounce to 18 basically. If from the current level that we're in, this 19.5 to 20.5 range, if we see a move up to 21 to 23, this one right here, 21.5 to 23, I'll short there and anticipate a move down to 18K. Or if it pushes through 21.5 to 23K, gets above that 23K with 5 waves, then that's the other place that I would get out of shorts and add spot buys on the pullback after that. But as I said, current area is a no trade zone. And quite happy to be sitting in cash and just letting it do whatever it wants to do. So we still have all 4 of these because, once again, nothing's changed. We are still within that range, as you can see. Now, we've had some, pretty ridiculous action for Monday, the Monday after Labor Day here. So, a lot of times we see like a end of the weekend fake out, right? And normally that would be a Sunday, but with the American markets being closed today as well, we saw that fake out happen here basically. With the Monday night opening, it started pushing up there and then immediately got rejected. Nice big bearish engulfing candle there. So all of this action, this is why I'm net short. I was shorting in this area basically here, and I'm net short from that area still. And all of this action is why you just cannot trust jellyfish action. So if it breaks above this level, I'll be out of shorts and I'll reshort in here. That's fine. But I am short right now for the very real possibility that we see a more continued breakdown right from this current level. And I'm looking for the first area of interest, honestly, about 18K at the 1.0 extension, which is the 1.0 extension of this initial move down from the 25K high. What I'm considering the A wave, if we are getting an ABC down, this then is our B, and so our C wave down should give us a nice move to that 1.0, or potentially as far as the 1.236. But it's when we start getting below those levels, like down to the 16s, like I said, that I start getting worried that this is not an ABC and is instead forming a new impulse downwards. But we will take that as it comes. The good news is, this being so protracted and long, it doesn't necessarily bode well for the bears to push it all the way down there. Normally if we were going to go into the third wave, that's the strongest wave, we really should have seen it just kind of drop right from that level, or maybe here at the latest. So that might be wishful thinking, but it really does not look set up. We have no structure, honestly, for the bears at this point in time. So I think it's unlikely to see a steep drop down into the 16s, but we got to be prepared for anything. So that is why I am net short and sitting on cash. All right, so possibilities. Unfortunately, this purple scenario still remains as a possibility. This being the 5th wave in purple, and we're basically just dragging this out where this is our 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of this is 5 for an initial A wave down. We would then see a B wave up to here, and then we'd work on our C wave down, which would go to the 17 to 18K area. That's my alternate scenario. Primary scenario is in yellow. We already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down in A. This is B, like I said, and C is working down. And then alternate scenarios. On the larger time frame, if we zoom back out, if you remember, I have the minimum requirement for 5-wave move. So we do have a 5 up potentially here. It's a diagonal, not an impulse, which makes it less trustworthy and harder to play. It also, as I was warning up here, it means we may see a very deep breakdown versus an impulsive move. But in any case, this green box that I have drawn on here is the typical support zone for a second wave. And so you can see we're in that, we've been in that. So is it possible that we are done with this correction, or we will be done very soon? Yes, it is. Honestly, the 618 is the minimum required. So, I'd like to see a spike down to about 19.4, but it certainly could do that. It could spike down to 19.4 and then immediately reverse. And that would be a scenario where I would really pay attention to a 5-wave move through that purple box. If we get 5 waves through the box, sorry about that, lost my trading view for a second. Had to edit these back together. Trading view just died on me. All right. Okay. So anyway, back to what I was saying. 5 waves through there, especially if we get a touch of 19.4 and then get 5 waves through. That to me would say, you know what, bottom is already in. That was our C wave there. 5 waves through this means we're ready for the next move up, and we'd then look to put all of the cash that I have back in on the pullback after that 5-wave move. So that is another scenario there. And then we have the final scenario, which I've made mention of already, but that scenario says that this action off of the low is corrective, and again, it's a diagonal in the bullish case, but it's all overlapping, so it certainly can be corrective. This could be W, X, and Y, and setting up for new lows. And if that's the case, then this would be our 1, 2, and this is where we see a 3rd wave down to the 16K region. And like I said, it doesn't really look like it's setting up for that, but we do need to keep in mind. So if we get down there, then we expect to see a pullback up to about 18, and that's where I said, I'm going to be longing or adding spot buys there, but it's also where I'll look to get out at break even if we get down to 16K, because the next move down should bring us down to below 15, and this red line right here is the red line for the bullish market as a whole, in my opinion. If we go below 15.7, it basically leans heavily in favor of seeing a prolonged bear market where, Bitcoin, I don't even know how low it could go, to be honest. We'll have to keep tracking it, but it would demolish the immediate bullish scenario that we still potentially have on the table still, where, if we see the bounce here and we start setting up, we can still reach over 100K in this bull cycle. I know we've been in a bear cycle for the past year and a half, but that is, in the larger sense, it's a bear cycle within a larger bull cycle, as long as we stay above 15.7. Below that level, and I can no longer say that with confidence. So that pretty much sums it up. We just have to see where this goes now, and we'll check back in on Friday, see what the rest of the week brought. Obviously, you have to stay really, really careful. Do not trust this jellyfish action. Trying to trade right now is, in my opinion, a mistake. This is pretty much no trade zone. You just got to wait and see. So if it goes lower, we can buy. If it goes higher, we can sell. And that's pretty much all we can do with the information we currently have. All right, everybody, hopefully that was helpful as possible with this crappy action. I will check back in with you all on Friday, and we'll go from there. All right, you guys have a great week.